Well, this is the last day of the Omer. We've been counting 40 for 49 days. And tonight, the 50th day, is Shavuot. And it is May 16th, 2021. We're in the first days of Sivan, the month of Sivan. And of course, it feels like the world is crumbling around us as we once again see the escalation of violence that never really ends, but the escalation of that violence between the Israelis and the Palestinians. And we have this mishnah. So I'm not sure what we're going to do, but this mishnah that is for the last day tells us that everything we do should be l'shem shamayim, for the sake of heaven. Would it be so simple to figure out what the sake of heaven is for us all? So a big mishaberach today. I want to start with a mishaberach for Lisa Schlesinger, and for Sam, and for Heather, and for Choco, and for all the people that we have been praying for. People with COVID and cancer and Alzheimer's and mental illness, real diseases. And we always offer a mishaberach when we study Torah. And it's been, I think, I'm not sure it's changed anything, but it makes us more aware of these prayers for healing.
The dog with the little curly tail.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're drinking a very fine Russian tea. My coffer has been replenished. Strong. Takes milk. Everything created according to your word. Amen.
Yeah. So everything, even drinking tea, l'shem shamayim, for the sake of heaven.
Remember,
for the sake of heaven.
Once I went to study with somebody, and he said, "So why are you here?" It was I was asking to study something that generally people in my background don't ask to study.
Right.
He says, "Why are you here?" I says, "I just want to learn l'shem shamayim." He looked at me very sophisticated, deep in the subject. He said to me, "Yeah, I'd like to do that too, but it's an aspiration."
Yeah. Isn't that true?
It's like shalom. It's an aspiration. Lech lishalom in the Talmud. Lishalom.
And in the Psalms.
And in Shalom
everything
Aleichem.
is toward. Ashrei. The very first word of the Psalms. Ashrei. Ashrei.
That precious preposition to, toward.
Right.
We're moving toward peace. What's the word for today, little babies? The word for today is to. T-O. Toward.
Toward.
Le.
Le shalom. Mishaberach. For healing.
Refuat ha-nefesh u'refuat ha-guf. For the healing of the spirit, the healing of the body for those we know, for those we don't know. On my right, the angel Michael, on my left, the angel Gabriel. In front of me, the angel Uriel, Uriel, Uriel. Behind me, the angel Raphael. Above my head, 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 Shekhinah. Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, great healer. Blessed are you, great healer. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. And for learning. Tonight is a night of great learning. This is, I wonder what will be, and when we were so many times living in Israel during Shavuot, you walk from Beit Midrash to Beit Midrash, from Beit Knesset to Beit Knesset. You walk from, everything is open on the night of Shavuot, and you just walk into all of the open doors where people are learning. People are learning. I wonder tonight what will be happening. Probably people in their bomb shelters just trying to stay safe.
Barevna Adonai Eloheinu et divrei Torahcha b'finu u'v'fi amcha beit Yisrael. Make the words of your teachings pleasant on the lips of all of those that come into our circles, onto our screens, for the pleasure of it and for its implications in our lives. Ma'aseh yadeinu, the works of our hands, demonstrated especially today in the intersection of energies.
Yeah.
Malchut and Malchut. The wisdom as it settles into our feet, how we walk in the world, how we walk in the world. ונהיה אנחנו וצאצאינו וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך לשמה. So we may aspire to learn for the purity of it, for its cleansing nature, for its own sake. Baruch atah Adonai Melamed Torah le'amo Yisrael. Blessed are you who teaches to your people in this fashion. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. So look at the learning for today. The last day of the Omer, Malchut, and in Malchut, the wisdom coming down into our feet, and the escalation of violence between the Israelis and the Palestinians. The escalation of violence all over the world, really, the result of not paying attention to this very mishnah. Listen to what this mishnah says. Would it be this simple? But this would take care of everything. Malchut and Malchut, letting all of this wisdom, all of these energies flow through us and into our feet, that we do them. It says, in the name of Rabbi Yossi, who says, right? Let your friends' possessions be as dear to you as your own.
Respect.
What does a good neighbor do? Respects boundaries, borders, respects the possessions of others, right? Figure out what those boundaries and borders are and then respect each other. Come to some kind of compromise and respect. Take care of your neighbor's stuff and place as though it is your own. Second, prepare yourself for the study of Torah because it does not come to you by inheritance. In other words, You have to do it yourself just because you are the child of Torah, the inheritor of Torah. You don't get it right away. You have to earn it. You have to learn it. It doesn't come to you just by inheritance, this Mishnah says, right?
Make up your own stories.
Yeah. Well, you earn them. You earn this wisdom. You earn this birthright, right? By doing it right. There's no privilege here, right? A pious person earns
everything
and is humble, right? A pious person is humble, acts with humility. The pious person doesn't own it, doesn't think it's theirs. They know it comes through them. And then finally, this is it, right? Let everything you do be not out of jealousy or pride. Let everything you do not be out of ego or about you. No matter what anybody else does. You know, you can't control everybody else. You can control you. So let all your deeds, ma'asecha, let everything you do
for a higher purpose,
be l'shem shamayim. L'shem shamayim. What does it mean? To do something for the sake of heaven? It brings the way things are closer to the way they are meant to be.
You take the meanness out of it. The me dashness.
And the meanness. I love that.
You know that old joke? That's an old rabbi's joke. They're praying. I'm nothing. And one of them says to the other, look who thinks he's nothing.
Right, really.
Over everything. Well, you know.
Not working there.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Sometimes even over.
You know, Suzanne, it has changed me too. Suzanne says, you know, these days together, they do change us. And what a privilege to know you and to all the people we've been learning with. I know some days it feels like, but we are paying attention and so appreciate that we've been able to do these 49 days. And of course, the 150 Psalms.
Hey, we're going to run out of literature.
Yeah, you know what? We're Jews. We never run out of literature.
We won't run out of literature.
So we are going to go through Shavuot. Well, you know, we'll come back tomorrow morning because it's Shavuot. And we'll celebrate Shavuot tomorrow morning with a learning. And then on Tuesday morning at 9:30, we'll have our Yizkor service. So you'll be able either to stream, or if you go to our website, you can also Zoom with us for the Yizkor service at 9:30 on Tuesday morning.
Right. And we'll figure it out by then.
By then we'll figure it out, a day at a time.
Whether we're going to continue or not.
A day at a time. A day at a time. We say that to everyone, you know, who's struggling with addiction or any kind of challenge. Sometimes just take it a day at a time.
Make it manageable.
Mm-hmm. Small bites, right? Whether you're in mourning.
Rashi's plan for peace. 1/3 of it is one step at a time. You know, you don't start with peace. You start with the cessation of hostilities.
Right.
You start with the treaty. Not peace. Peace is an aspiration. Le shalom.
Le shalom.
Le
shalom.
All right, here's the last.
All right, here we go. Day 49. Day 49. You know, time. Sometimes time is a friend. It takes you, but you know,
sometimes
when you're mourning and you're grieving, it's not so much a friend. It just takes you further away.
You know what?
You have to work hard.
Jack G says.
What?
Time takes time.
Time takes time. You know what George Carlin said? Time is what happens so that everything doesn't happen on top of each other.
That's a good one. Into the 7th week counting. This is it, kids. Malchut in Malchut. The week of Malchut, an interior notion. When what we learn becomes what we do. There's an aspiration.
Right.
The wisdom as expressed in our walk in the world, the energy imagined in our feet. Halachti, ani holech, ani holechet. The week of Malchut, body wisdom complete, expressing through our feet, walking wisdom local, and how we walk in the world, holding breath for living truth. Breathe deep through the nose. Hold it at the peak of breath, and slowly exhale through the mouth. And be what you've learned as evidence through your walk in the world. Today, Malchut, the funnel. The spigot, as it empties the overflow, what I mean is, make it a spiritual experience. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kisham b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Hayom tisha v'arba'im yom she'em shiva shavuot la'omer. Today is day 49 of the Omer, which is 7 weeks of the Omer. May 16th?
Yes, it is May 16th.
2021. Bless our president, our vice president, our new mayor here in the heartland, and all their noble retinue. The counting of the Omer is taught by the poets of rock and roll, and Larry and Ben Bagbag. Chesed, loving kindness, overflowing with Gevura, love, not fade away. The third pole, Tiferet, bright, deep, and dark. Netzach feels like we've been here before, looking for soul in Hod, with Yesod, a pleasure ground. Look from both sides now. Malchut, inward and quiet. God, you jigsaw timer. With Malchut, the spigot opens. Don't freak out. Turn it.
Turn it.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
What the heck?
That's a good one. So,
Don't freak out.
Malchut in Malchut. That's where we come to.
You betcha.
And you know, if these mishnahs are a sign to us, tomorrow's mishnah.
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow it's high, it's 18, kind of a sign for Shavuot, and also it's all about the attributes of God, And here's a little, if you're following these mishnahs, then you want to read it, in preparation for Shavuot, as well as today's mishnah, which I think was really a wonderful teaching too. It says, when you pray, don't make your prayer mechanical, but an appeal for mercy and graciousness. And then it gives us the attributes of God, gracious, merciful, slow to anger, abundant in loving kindness. So, I think, I don't know. I know these mishnahs on the surface may seem oversimplified, maybe. But I think when we turn them, like Ben Bagbag and Larry says, right?
Yeah.
There's something to them that keeps us going. Shalom.
Okay, I'm gonna read this piece. I just rewrote it.
One more piece.
Gather round, little babies. What's the word for today? The word for today is happy. No, little babies, sit down and listen close.
That's good.
The word for the day is peace. Yes, little babies, peace is an aspiration, a toward. Toward! That's right, little babies. Toward peace, lishalom, always an aspiration. Aspiration, inspiration. That's good, little babies. The word for today is respect. The word for today is respect. What does that mean, Uncle Jimmy? Respect means I respect you. You respect me. We might not know each other well, but we know each other enough to respect each other. I respect you, Uncle Jimmy. I respect you too, little babies, but I know you. I love you. Even if I didn't know you and didn't love you, I respect you. We may be different. I respect the differences. I respect everybody, Uncle Jimmy. That's what I want to hear, little babies. Respect everybody. Now, do you know how to spell it? R-E-S-P-E-C-T. That's right, little babies. Now I'm going to teach you to sing it.
Respect. Respect. Right. Last night we told the story about our 5-year-old grandson, Harry. And Jim didn't know the story when he wrote this piece. It's pretty amazing. But Harry slept over the other night, and just before he went to sleep, we had this conversation. He told me that one of his friends, William, in his school, believes in ghosts.
This is so great.
Harry said, "But Ufu, I don't believe in ghosts." And Harry's problem was, can I be friends with someone who believes in ghosts? Can I be friends with someone who has a different idea than I do? And Harry was really struggling with that because, he don't like the idea of bad ghosts. Eventually, we came to the idea that there could be good ghosts, just no bad ghosts, which is like so Jewish, right? Even the angels. There is no bad, evil, right? Only evil is little mischievous little angels, right? But no evil, just the absence of good. So Harry said, "But I don't believe in ghosts, Ufu." And William does. And so I said, "Well, one of the struggles in life, Harry, is to be friends with people who you have different ideas with.
So delicious.
To make room for their ideas, even though they may not be yours. There's room." And I think, he taught me about one of the challenges to doing things l'shem shamayim. But by the end, Harry was making space for good ghosts. He said, "I'm never going to believe in bad ghosts, but I can still be William's friend." So, the wisdom of 5-year-olds and the teachings of Uncle Jimmy.
Uncle Jimmy.
They may seem simple, or maybe that's what we need. L'shem shamayim. Just let your friends' possessions, even their ideas, be as dear to you as your own, even if they're different. Prepare yourself for the study of Torah because it does not come to you as an inheritance. You have to earn it. And then let all your deeds, today's mishnah says, be l'shem shamayim. So thanks for joining us on this last day, the last day of the Omer. And tonight at 8:30, Jim will be kicking off our Shavuot study.
I rewrote it so it's shorter.
On the CRC website, you can catch that. And there'll be rabbis, Reform rabbis from all over St. Louis teaching through the night. And then tomorrow morning we'll be back. Same time.
Yeah, we'll be back.
For a little Shavuot learning and service. And we hope you have a great day. A day of light and a day of lift. Thanks again. Shavua Tov. and Chag Sameach.